In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to import and use your overlays in Luminar NEO. Hello there! I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're ready for another tutorial. If you've never been here before, my name is Jacob Bors. I'm a founder and creator of Clever Photographer. In today's tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to import and use your overlays inside Luminar NEO. Now, if you want some extra overlays, you should definitely head to our website cleverphotographer.com and check out our huge landscape photography overlay bundle with over 800 incredible overlays. You should check them out. They are on a special promotion right now. And if you want to find out more information, visit our website cleverphotographer.com and find out more there. But now, without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. So as you can see, I'm here in Luminar NEO, and for the start, it's quite important that you have the recent version of Luminar NEO. So if we go here in Luminar NEO and we click on About Luminar NEO, as you can see, I'm using the version 1.0.4. And the reason why I'm saying that is that Luminar, with their recent versions, and it was the 3 and 4 most importantly, done some important and major updates to how the layers work in Luminar NEO, and it's something that is really important for this to work. So if you don't have the recent version, make sure that you go inside of the Luminar NEO, check for updates and update your software to the recent version. Once you do that, then you can follow this tutorial. Now, before we're gonna start with the import, I wanted to mention to you about the two types of overlays. So I have this folder right here, and as you can see, there are two different files. Now, as the photography standard go, overlays comes in a JPEG format and PNG format. The JPEG format most of the time comes with a black background, as you can see here on this image right here, and the PNG overlays come without any background at all. Now, there is a reason for it, and the reason being that there are different blendings you want to apply to different effects. So as much as the balloons, you don't want them to be no transparent at all. You don't want any transparency on them. You want the item and element to be on a photo and be really defined. Something like a sunburst, clouds, fog, you want there to be certain transparency, and you want them to be certain blending with its background. And that's why we sometimes use JPEGs for certain elements and we use PNG for different elements. So those are the two formats you most likely going to find when you're going to work with overlays in photography. So as long as you know what are the two differences, we can jump into the actual program. Now, first of all, you want to import your overlays in Luminar NEO. So let's start from the beginning. This is where you start. You are in your library module and you want to, first of all, bring your overlays in. So how to do it? So let's say we're going to open this image right here. So we just click on a single image and we go in the edit module. Once we're in the edit module, we want to focus on this layer area right here. Now, this is our original layer, and now we can add additional layers on the top of it. So we can click on this plus sign, and inside of the plus signs, there are already some overlays created by Skylum and provided with the actual software. So now we want to add our own overlays. So what do? You click on load image. However, at this very moment, the load image only allows you to load one overlay at a time. So let's jump into our overlays. We are right here. Let's just pick up, for example, the number 1, sun effects. So now, as you can see, I can't select all of them. I can only select one. So let's say we just select the very first one and we click on open. But don't worry, we don't have to do it one by one. We can import multiple overlays at a time. So how are we going to do it now? You want to come here, and as you can see, suddenly with the first overlay you imported in, you get this mine image folder or little section with the first overlay here. Now, when you right click on an overlay, it will give you option saying show in Finder. When I click on that, it actually opens the folder where the overlays are stored. And now we have a winner because we know that now we can copy and paste the overlays inside of this folder and we can do it all in one go. So how are we going to do this? So we have this folder right here. Let's open another folder right here, new Finder. Let's actually locate the overlays. So in our case, let's sort them by name. Let's go up and we're going to open the sun so we can import all of them. Again, let's sort them all up and let's just select them all. and hit Command or Control C to copy, then come back to our custom folder and hit Command or Control V for paste. Now, obviously we already have one overlay there, so we can either say keep both, but in our case, we just say replace. So this way we get all of these overlays inside of the applications ready to be used. So now we don't have to do anything. We can close these folders, come back to actual Luminar NEO, and now we have to restart the program. So let's do that now. So now we are back in the program, we are back in the catalog library module, and we are still on the same picture. So once again, let's go into the edit module. Let's focus on our layers here. Let's click on plus sign. And as you can see, the my images are here. Now you can use this little arrow to scroll through them, or you can also click on this little blue icon, say see all. And as you can see, all the overlays are here. Now, when you're going to import all of your overlays, for example, like from our bundle where you get over 800 overlays, you will have over 800 overlays here. And this is where it's really important that the naming convention for your overlays is correct. Just like in our case, we very strategically name the overlays with the name of the collection first, and then the name of the sub collection and the number. So that way they're going to be sorted really nicely here, and you can just go between and start to use them. So it should be really simple this way. So this is the way how you would import multiple overlays. You simply just import one overlay first with using the load image. Once it opens and import inside of the application, you want to right click on the one single overlay, click on show finder, and that will show you the folder where you want to paste all of your overlays. Now, important thing is paste directly the images here. Don't paste the folders because the application doesn't go in a subfolder. So you need to paste the actual images right here, not the individual folders. So that's really important. So now we have this done. So let me show you how we actually gonna work with the two different types of overlays in Luminar NEO. So once again, we are working with two types of files, two types of overlay formats: JPEGs with the black background and PNGs with no background at all. Now, in the meantime, I have gone ahead and I have also imported the PNG files, some hot air balloons right here, and done it exactly the same way as I showed you a moment ago. I have copy pasted them inside of the folder and they got imported here inside of the application. Now, as a reminder, when you importing large amount of files, so multiple files, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for Luminar NEO to create the thumbnails. So these kind of little previews. So if you come back here and all you see are gray boxes, give it a few minutes, they will start to appear with a little bit of time. So obviously Luminar NEO is still a little bit in development, so don't worry about it too much. They're gonna get here. So as you can see, I have my hot air balloons and I have my sun ray overlays right here. Again, as you can see, the sun have a black background. They are the JPEG files. The balloons have no background, or in this case, they have a blue background, but that's good because we can see what's on it. And they have no background at all when you apply them to the image. So first, we start with this image where we're going to apply some nice sun to it. We're going to create some nice sun glow right here. Let's do that. So we are here inside again of our overlays, and let's say that we like this overlay right here. All you need to do is just click on it. Now it takes a few seconds for it to apply. Once it gets applied, it appears on this layer panel. As you can see, our original image and our overlay right here. The selected layer has this little blue frame around it, and also the overlay and the selected layer on the actual main image also has a blue frame around it. The frame has these little handles, so we can use them to adjust the size of the overlay. Once I hover over the overlay with the mouse, you can see it changes to this little hand, so you can actually adjust the position. And when I go on a side of the overlay, you see I get these little arrows, and they help me and allow me to actually rotate the overlay. So very similar to like Photoshop and other similar tools. So it should be very natural for you. So this is how you transform the overlay. Now, obviously it doesn't look great. First of all, it looks transparent and it has all this black background. At this moment, by default, when you import new overlay on the top of the image, the opacity of the overlays gets set to 50%. So how are we going to change that? So we're done with the layer panel here. We just need to make sure that we have our overlay selected, and we move to the other side of the screen where we're focusing on this layer properties. So as I mentioned a moment ago, the opacity by default set to 50. So what we need to do, we need to bring it to 100. We want the full overlay 100% on there. But now obviously it has the black background. So how are we going to change this? We're going to go into blend mode and change it from normal to screen. And once we do that, as you can see, it gets all removed and it looks great here. Now, obviously, this is not done yet. It doesn't look perfect. The color blending isn't great as well. So let me show you how we're going to do this. First, let's position this overlay because the sun is coming right from here. So let's put it right here. Let's make it even a little bit bigger and let's position it right here. Once we're happy with the position, we need to do the next thing. We need to blend it with the background on these little edges. So we're going to do that by using the masking tool. We're going to make sure that we on a layer properties and we're going to use this little add mask icon. We click on that and that brings the whole new masking toolbar. Inside here, there is adding by using the brush or removing parts of the overlay by using the little eraser. So we click on that because we want to remove parts of the overlay. And now we need to adjust the size of the brush we're going to be using. So in our case, we want it much bigger. When it comes to softness, leave it on 100%. Now, as you can see, when you adjust it, the softness changes, but we want 100%. And we're going to bring the strength down a little bit to somewhere between 70 or 80. And now we're just going to brush on the parts of the overlay we want to remove. So in our case, just these edges. So something like this. That's the first part. You can see it's already starting to look much better. And now we're going to do even more. Okay, and again down here. And it's starting to look really, really cool. Now, there you have it. So this is it. Now, if you want to bring some part of the overlay back, you just need to switch back to the add, adjust the size, softness, and strength, and maybe bring some of the overlay back. We can adjust the strength, and let's say that we want to bring a little bit back right here. So there you have it. So this is how you mask away or how you mask in back the element. But that's not it. We can come back from this. Now we want to blend the color of it because obviously looking at the image, it looks very much like a golden hour time, lots of warmth and everything. And this is very pure white overlay. So how are we going to change that? The important is to realize that by selecting the new layer, you can change all the characteristic of the layer by using all the tools you have in Luminar NEO. It will not affect the original image. So in our case, we need to make it warmer. So what we need to do? We need to go inside of our essential tools. We're going to go inside of the develop panel and we're going to go into color panel right here. Inside of the color panel, what we need to do is to bring the temperature up. So let's see, probably all the way through, to be honest. We can bring a little bit of tint and we can bring a little bit of saturation up. Now it's not great yet. So what we're going to do, we're going to close this. And we're going to go inside of the landscape. And inside of the landscape is a really cool slider called Golden Hour. And that does lots of different things with the warmth, saturation, glow. So we're going to use that and push it to really bring some warmth up. Now that looks much better. However, it's still way too strong for this image. So really the final thing we're going to do, we're going to come back to our layer properties and just play around with the opacity. So in this case, I think if we go somewhere around 70 or 50, it looks much more realistic. Now again, we can adjust the actual position of the glow. And once we're happy with it, that's it. Now you can apply any of the other filters to this layer if you like to, but at the moment, I'm really happy with the result. So this is how you work with JPEG overlay. Now let's jump into the PNG overlay. So let's go back to our catalog. We have image here ready waiting for us. We're going to go back to our editing module. And inside of the editing module, we want to add some hot air balloons here. So let's click on the plus sign. Let's go into our images here. And let's just pick any overlays we like, any of the hot air balloons. So let's say we got these three right here. So we click on it. It takes a moment and they get applied to the actual image. Once that happens, we are brought back to the layer panel and we can see them right here. Now again, with the current version of Luminar, what it does, it takes the actual overlay and it spread it across the whole image. So basically it distorts the actual overlay. It's a shame, but I'm sure this is gonna get fixed soon. So if it's already not happening, great for you. So first of all, again, let's fix the opacity and transparency of the overlay. So we're going to our layer properties. Again, making sure that we have our overlay selected, we bring the opacity all the way up. So now we can see them properly. So what we need to do now, we're going to use the handles and we're going to adjust the size. We don't want them that big. Maybe still even a little smaller, something like this. And That's it. Now, obviously, as you can see, they are a little bit stretched. So when you go on a side of the overlay and you hover over the line, you can see you get these little handles and you can actually bring back the overlays to its original proportions. So I think probably something like this looks right. Now we can use the little arrows to adjust the rotation of them to making sure they are straight and a little bit more natural. And then we can again place them wherever we like them right here. Once again, we can apply any filters to them. We can, for example, go in a develop module and adjust the exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows. We can apply new curves, colors, whatever you like to do with them. It's completely up to you. And really the creativity has no limits when it comes to Luminar. So you should be having lots of fun with them. So JPEG overlays, PNG overlays, importing single or multiple files. You should be all good to go now and start to have a lots of fun with your overlays. One more time, if you're looking for extra portion of overlays, make sure you head to our website, cleverphotography.com, and look for our landscape photography overlay bundle. 800 plus overlays in a special promotion right now. The link is below this video. Make sure you check it out. Thank you very much for joining me today. You guys stay safe, take care, and I can't wait to see you with another tutorial soon.